certainly it was worth getting up early this morning. We arrived on the side of this huge inland sea, right on dawn. The sun was just coming up. It was a marvellous dawn, and Rob took us out, said we needed to get out early, see if we could catch a few fish, and certainly it was worth that move. We sort of powered across the lake, come to this spot, and almost instantly have been into these huge asp, which has been some of the best sport I've had on lures. It really has. There's a few. Oh! Jesus wept. I didn't even start to reel in. I think that took it off the floated off the top, Rob. That was incredible. I think I must have reeled that about half a turn, Rob. Fantastic. This is fantastic lure fishing, huh?
Yeah, this is the best.
This is as good as it gets. This is a skill of someone that knows the water. This is a huge water, and remember there's going to be large areas without any fish, so you need to know where those fish are, and certainly Rob's put us on a few today. In fact, more than a few. We seem to be, every time I chuck it in, there seems to be one on the end, which is great. We've caught a few fish now, and we've caught some very, very nice aspen. We've caught some fabulous perch, and Rob has given me this lure that I'd never used before. It's called a Seville flat shad, and for me it's a fantastic lure because it sinks, and you can allow it to sink to the bottom and work the bottom, or you can retrieve straight away, like the asp I was casting out and catching them straight from near the surface, and yet some of the perch I've been near the bottom, so it's been a fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic lure.
But you didn't use this. I mean, you used the ones that you've caught so many before.
Yeah.
So you caught the perch on this one?
Yeah, I catch them on this one. It's an 10cc, an Elex, and yeah, it's a fabulous lure. It's shallow water, not in deep water. He catches, I think, 80 centimeters, 1 meter, and when we're fishing in the shallow, I use most of the time this one. A perch like a fat round lure.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I catch so many perch on it.
Is that a rattler as well?
Yeah, a little bit.
What sort of retrieve are you using for the perch?
Oh, slow, and then most of the time I turning, stop, turning, stop.
So it's...
They follow sometimes, and they see him, they follow, and when I stop it retrieving, they get him most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you had quite a few fish, I noticed, on the shad.
Yeah.
I was struggling on the shad, but you were catching a lot of fish on the shad.
Yeah.
Now, how are you fishing that? Because I think that's what I needed to learn more than most about the shad fishing.
My favorite is the dagger minnow. That's one of my favorites. Sometimes we fish with colored, with fire tiger shads, but this one is here, dark shads. Is so good. I think.
And why is this colour? You said about is it the bullheads of that
Yeah,
colour?
there are many bullheads here, and I think they like it. And when we're fishing in the shallow by the rocks, we use always this. They follow, we lift him, when we're casting, we let him go to the bottom, then we lift him with the rod, and then he goes slow, he come back.
Yeah.
Lift him, he goes slow to the bottom. And sometimes when he comes by the bottom, you get a strike.
Devastating method.
Yeah,
I noticed that I think you caught about 3 or 4 fish.
Yeah, I get the big eye.
Before I'd actually caught a
big Iton. This one I use for the asp. It's a surface lure. It's the water monitor of Elex. He's sinking, but when you're starting him directly, then he goes to the surface.
Stops at that level.
Yeah. When you let him a little bit sink.
This was the one that you were catching when they were attacking the surface.
Yeah. The hard strikes in the surface. Yesterday I fished in the surface with him, and it is a perfect lure for asp.
The average size is fantastic. Oh, look at this. Oh. This is an asp and a very, very predatory fish. It looks like a huge roach crossed with an orf, but believe me, this is as ferocious as a perch or a pike or a zander. Their hits are incredible. Rob's brought us to a spot by some rocks here, and there seems to be a shoal just by those rocks, obviously preying on small fish there. And as we cast, we're getting one a chook now. Absolutely fantastic fishing. Some of the best lure fishing I've ever had in my life. There we go. A beautiful, beautiful Dutch perch. Huh? Look at that, sticking the fin up for us perfect as well.